Greetings, this is Vane and welcome back to Let's Play Planescape Torment. Let's see. Don't think I need you anymore. You carry that and that and that. Okay.
Done. All right. Done.
Okay, Dilladom. You see a slab-stomached man with thick arms and a scraggly beard. He smells as if he hasn't washed in ages, and his breath doesn't do much for your breakfast. He's in the process of ordering around subordinates as you approach him, and he deals a quick cuff to the ear of one of them. He turns to face you, hitching up his belt. What do you want? I had some questions. You want answers like what? Who are you? Fields on the Grey, supervisor of this yard. My job is to make sure my labourers get their jobs done, and to make sure people like you don't distract them. They work little enough as it is, the little sods, and they'd manage to lose the rest of the day in idleness if I weren't here. I'm tough but fair, ask anyone. Why do they call you the Gabe? Because I'm covered in soot most of the time from those blasted furnaces. It's a nickname my labourers have given me, out of affection, no doubt. No doubt. That's right, they do. They know that if they don't, they'll get what's coming to them. You mean like a smith you mean like the smith got what was coming to him? He pouted me. It was a figure of speech, it was. I didn't mean anything by it. Right, answer some other questions for me. Tell me about the godsmen. They took me in and trained me to be what I am today, and I got to thank them for it. They saw my raw talent and shaped it into skill. I tell you, I'm a favourite of the factoids, and some days have shown everyone just how important I am to this organisation. They tell me that everyone has godliness, and it's true for me. I think I'm closer than most folks, to tell you the truth. That gives me the right to act like a god, and to expect total devotion from my inferiors. I'm learning to take power and move mountains with belief in myself. When I rule the cosmos, you can bet I'll remember every one of the Burks who stood in my way. That's interesting. That's another question. I need to use the fork. Can you give me some more? He looks you up and down, carefully considering, and says, "You want to be a smith, huh? Can't say I've figured out. I can't say the fire do much to skin like that. Take it then. Don't get in the way of my workers. Good day, sir. Farewell." So we got some iron ore. Okay.
I'm gone.
Okay, you step up to the forge. The heat is incredible. What do you do? Use the forge. The heat of the flame is too hot, even for your flame-toughened skin to begin to take damage from the fire. Use the forge. Gain the flame steers your skin. What would you like to do? Pick up the ore. Hold the lump of ore in your hands. Where you're standing, the heat of the forge almost seems strong enough to melt the iron. It certainly do some painful things to your skin. Now what? Hold the ore in the fire with my bare hands. The pain from the flame is astonishing. The ore softens like clay within your grasp, and the scent of burning flesh smells the hair. The iron fuses to your hand, and you pass out from the pain. Done.
Talk about beating a dead horse.
Oh, feel all stiff.
Okay, what happened?
All right.
I'll take that loss.
Done. Done.
Use a forge. Use a forge. Step back from the forge.
All right. Done. 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 All right.
Aye? Might as well. Not this time. Aye? Why not? Got it.
What did you pick up? A rusty dagger, okay.
Put your back into it, man.
Got it.
Hey, another receipt.
Right.
See a wise and old man, trembling hands and cunning face. He looks you over and carefully speaks. Hell, have I seen you before? You look familiar to me somehow. From where? Do you remember where? Not so fast, lad. It takes a while for the mind to warm up to a task like this. I've lived a long time, and I've seen a lot more faces in that time. It ain't so easy to remember. My memory's a fleeting thing, and that's something you can bank on. Before replying, you mutter, "Tell me about it, lad." And can you tell me who you are? Me, I'm now Nadilin, Godsman fighter extraordinaire. At least I used to be. Now I'm a clerk in the foundry, breathing in this sooty air and hastening my dying days along. That's a pity. I'd have other questions. I'm here to pick up an item. Do you have a receipt? I need a receipt or I can't give you anything. I have a pair of them right here. I'll be right back with these, he says. Minutes pass, he comes scurrying back and presents you with a pair of items. A small, nearly gauzy piece of metal work and a finely crafted mace. That first piece of work that's over 100 years old. You've been waiting for this a long time, friend. How'd you come by it? It was in a legacy. I see, quite the catch you've made. Here you go, lad, treat this metal well. Sure thing. Ask me a question, will you? I'd like to pick up some gear for the forge. You want it to be a smith now? Very well. You tell me 10, another 10, a hammer, that's it, see, it comes to me. That comes to 40 copper. Old man. What am I thinking? Of course it is. I tell you, memory is an insidious thing. That is it. Give me the stuff. Don't forget to pick up some ore from Firiden if you're wanting to work the forge. He's a miserly bastard, but it's the only person to get ore from. Thanks. Hope some other
You know,
goodbye.
I've learned some new tricks.
So we've got what we got. Curious ironwork. Which hasn't been identified. We've got to identify that. We've got leather apron. Forge hammer. And tongs. And see what we got. Fighter thief. Okay. We've got a mace we can't use. Charged and it created a justifier.
Done.
Back into it, man.
Oh, some questions for me. I need to use the forge. Can you give me some ore? Good day. Farewell. Use the forge. Yes. Let's pick up the ore with the tongs and hold it in the flame. With the forge. Place the serpent ore on the forge and work it into shape. What would you like to forge? Something small and dangerous. A stiletto. Stiletto, quick and easy one that you will get you away from this fellow much. Are you sure you'll want a stiletto? Yes. You know, now that is a nice piece of work. So there is not only functions, perfectly balanced and deadly work. Nice work. It will serve me well my upcoming trials. Now to get out of the flames. Ah, quality stiletto. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Done. Done.
Okay. So let's have a look what we got on here. We got. Let's go to the Godsman Armory. There's locks, we'll need a key.
All right.
Doors locks.
Failed. 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 Done.
Sarosa. You see a young woman as you approach her eyes stare directly into yours. You get the uncomfortable feeling she's not just examining your eye colour. Her gaze seems to penetrate far deeper than that. Greetings, stranger. How goes your day? Well enough. I'd like you to answer some questions for me. What do you seek, half-man? Why do you call me half-man?
Updated my journal.
I call you half-man because I cannot see your spirit. All other mortals who pass through my life show their spirits to me as a shining spark or a smouldering ember. You show nothing at all. I call you half-man because I cannot see your spirit as I see those of others. Whether this is because you have no soul or because you have transcended, I cannot say. One way or another, you are but half a man. What the other half is, I cannot say. Let's see, answer some questions for me. Who are you? I'm Sarosa, daughter of Sandos, one of the factors of the Godsman. Answer some questions for me. Tell me of your family. My brother Saros is a child of the Foundry, yet I fear he has never embraced the philosophy of the Believers as a source. My father is a factor here, and his travels have led him far from the Foundry and into realms most mortals have never dreamed of achieving. Tell me more of your brother. Saros is a brash, impulsive lad, easily given over to his manhood. He is eager to prove himself equal to of anything on the plains, full of aggression and youth. I believe he feels himself more sensate than Godsmen. Further vindicate my belief that sensates are the most immature of all the factions in Sigil. Why are they the most immature? Why are they the most immature? Because, like children, they do not understand that there is more beyond the world of the senses, beyond what one can see, hear, taste, touch and smell. Look around you. You are in the outer planes. This is belief made solid. Yet it does not mean this seemingly rough matter can be comprehended by the senses. This is belief. No mere physicality can match it. I see. Farewell. Okay.
All right.
Who have we got? We got Kaldor. You see a sturdy man who looks like he's just bursting with vitality. His face is tanned and lined, and his black beard is beginning to show hints of white. How strange and well met. What can I do for you this fine day? I'd like to ask you a few questions. What would you like to know? Who are you? Smiles Baldur. My friend, I am Keldor of Durin, one of the factotums of the Godsman, and nominally in charge of this place by our true high-ups have gone in conclave. I have some other questions. What can you tell me of this place? This is the Great Foundry, home to Believers of the Source, also known as the Godsman. Here we make items that ship all over the plains. We're renowned in many worlds, only the best work here. It's said that we've got staff of smiths who rival those in Mount Clangedding himself. Personally, I don't think we're that good, but we are close. Can you take on additional work? Sadly, friend, we cannot. We engage in a long-term contract right now that's taken up most of our resources. Perhaps when we're finished. In a matter of years, he shrugs. My apologies. That's no questions. Tell me more about your faction. What did you want to know? What are the beliefs of this faction? How do I join? A sly smile creeps across his face. First, you'll have to renounce your sensate membership. I'm not sure I'm ready to do that. Answer some more questions about your faction for me. What are the beliefs of this faction? We believe the universe is a giant testing ground, a place where we prove ourselves for a series of tests. Each test continue throughout your life, throughout your many lives. Each step in each day will be a test for you, and your reward in the next life depends on how well you learn the lessons in this life. We believe that a body learns from experience, and that experience extends through your lives, taking you into something greater than just a single life. So what's the point of it all? We're not entirely sure. After all, we haven't got to the end of it yet, have we? The best we can figure is that we muddle through our lives seeking to find the answers that are right for us, and in the end we move on to godhood and beyond. What waits there is anybody's guess. Alright, keep going. So, Life is a test. We take the test. When we pass, we move on to a new form. This might be the form of an Archon, of a Fiend, or of power. The choices we make in this life, as always, help chart our course. Whether we have free will or not is still under debate. He smiles. Of course, I'm on the side of the free will people. I hate thinking that my choices have already been made for me. Alright, I have more questions about your faction. Tell me of your faction's history. It's commonly believed that we were founded by Perrine before the Great Upheaval, when all the factions became 15 in number. During the upheaval, Augie of Fennel tightened the faction's belief into what we are today. She had been reincarnated 1,000 times, and could remember each one of her reincarnations. She taught us how to treat our intuition and led us to a new era. These two were by most the most important figures in our faction. We have plenty more stories, but those are the bare bones. Alright, more questions about your faction. What do I get for being in your faction? Well, aside from access to our excellent foundry room and board for you and your friends, special items, spells, and more favourable reaction from most folks you meet on the street, there's not much to recommend us. Of course, if you're planning on being us merely for the benefits, I would have to cancel against it. Okay. Who are the faction's enemies? We don't have any enemies per se. Still, there are some who oppose our beliefs. The bleak cabal scoff at the idea that we evolved towards something more perfect. I figure if they didn't think there's a point, they might well just get it over with, like the Dustmen ought to. The Dustmen think life is a big illusion, prepare for the big death, and our belief champions the cause of life. They promote death, we celebrate life. What could be more opposed? Okay. What do you do anyway? We run the Great Foundry. We also run Harbinger House, which is where we train folks who seem to be powers in training, bashers who demonstrated some sort of ability that sets them apart from the immortals. Some say we do it because we want a power on our side, but the truth is we do it because we figure that's part of our tests as well. We do our best to make sure every creature faces up to its responsibilities. We want to see the multiverse move on. I have some more questions about that. Why are you named as you are? It's a good question. Our real name is the Believers of the Source, because we believe all life springs from a pure primal source, but because we believe that all creatures have potential for godliness within them, it's only natural that our nickname would be the Godsman. Okay, I have questions not about the faction. I'd like to see the secret project if I could. Friend, I can't give that to you until you prove yourself a friend of the Godsman. Okay. I would like to join the Godsman. Well, first you'd have to renounce your sensate mentorship. Okay, very well, I renounce them. What do I have to do? If you wish to join the Believers in the Source, you must complete 3 quests. First quest is this: you must go to the Forge and forge an item. This will show you capable of seeing the possibilities inherent even in a base lump of iron, that you are capable of bringing forth something that will stand the test of time. It measures your vision and your ability to make potential. Talk to Alyssa, the foundry supervisor in the main foundry, about how it all works. Okay, I'll get
Updated my journal.
Get on it.
All right. Done. Done.
Nihil Xander. You see a bushy-haired man clad in the height of fashion. If you consider fashion to have died 50 years ago. His clothing seems to consist mostly of tattered street urchin rags, and he seems to affect a disdainful manner towards those around him, or that might be his actual manner. He doesn't even glance at you until you speak to him. His eyes draws begin to search your face carefully. Do you want something? He draws. Who are you? I'm Neil Xander, great grandson of the officer Zero Xander, engineer, dreamer, creator, and I have finished his work. the work that you commissioned, the Dream Builder. Are you ready to claim use of it now? A Dream Builder, what's that? It is both machine and ritual. It is a state of mind and a construct of stream and blood. It grants dreams to those who enter its confines. It was built for you, and it's waiting for you. You're ready to finish it off. It's been waiting for you for decades. How do you know it was built for me? Because my great-grandfather Zinazander set your face in stone so that we would always know when you'd returned for the work you commissioned. He always thought you'd return, but no one else truly believed you would. Our family completed it because we said we would. And now, here you are. Do you still have this stone? No, it was stolen from me a year ago, so only a shadow flitting away. It was the only item taken from my home. I have no idea who would take it, but I've memorised the features. Alright, let's finish the Dream Builder. What do I need to begin the final stage of the Dream Builder? It's a piece of your skin immersed in your blood so that the machine can familiarise itself with your physical essence. It must be in a blue-green bottle to symbolise the dream sea on which you will float. I don't know that I want to fetch that. Okay. Flesh and blood, I've given enough of that later. Answer a question for me first. What can you tell me about the Godsman? He sighs and collects himself. That's a long subject. Let's get started on it. Now all the creatures want something, don't they? They create, they build, they tear down, they dream, they fight, they fornicate. They do all these things because they want something beyond what they have. Even on the basis level of existence, every iota strives to be something greater. Some achieve this. Some fall by the wayside. Go on. Every decision, every action, these all create a base on which something else builds. Seems obvious then that our current exalted state of being is building a base for ourselves for something greater. What is that if not godhood? That's the way I've always justified it. Frankly, I ain't in the mood for philosophical discussion. If you want to find a factor or something. Where can I find a factor? Factor Kelder's right up there on the dais. Talk to him. Or else find that suicidal Burke Sanders and talk to him. Are you done pestering me yet? Not yet. Tell me about your co-workers. Bah. They do not possess a true fire. They speak of creation and they boast of potentials, but they do not create anything beyond the mundane. Their imaginations are poor, limited, obsessed with the small details. A true dreamer, I say, creates a grand scheme and then concentrates on the details. Starting with the details is for the ants of the imagination. The small insects who only aspire only to be fed. That is very charitable for you. Answer some more questions. What do you do here? What do I do? I am the engineer of all engineers. I studied under the Tenari Smith Kazan, who tempered words on a forge of hate, quenched them through in a trial of despair, and sent them forth through to slaughter stupidity. Elements of phrases, caustic words were brought to him, and he created weapons of terrifying magnitude, weapons that would lay an enemy low and destroy the malformed ideas of others. I'm sure you've seen his work. So you create evil weapons here? Not at all. My forge is not built on hate, but on understanding. I have also studied under the Archeon artisan Teresephria, who created the healing touch of a gentle thought, ideas that would still any fiendish, splitting heart. He worked his will with love and devotion. His work blends with theirs, as all mortal psyches blend elements with the demonic and the sublime. Are your co-workers as well trained as you? Okay. I see, with that insert I must be off. Okay. Factors room.
Done. I'm gone. I'm gone. Done. I'm gone. Done.
You see a woman with flaming red hair pulled back tight, giving her a stretched, nervous look. She says, in deep thought, as you approach, she goes up, "Can I help you with something?" "Yes, I had some questions." "What do you want?" "Tell me about the Great Foundry." You start as you on. "You can ask almost any here about the Foundry and you'll get the same answer. What makes you think I'll give you one that's any different?" "Ask another question." Tell me of the project you're working on." "Tell you the project we've sworn our lives to complete and defend." "No, I don't think so. Not yet anyway. Let's just say it's powerful and it'll be worth the effort we put into it." "Fine, answer some questions for me then." "Tell me of some other people here." "Other people here? Well, you've got the brilliant but eccentric Nilhilganda, the gifted outcast woman Kalera, Baldur the Grey, whose heart is much less ambiguous than his name, Keldor the Factor, Sandos the Factor, the two children of Sandos, Supervisor Smiths, and a host of others. They all passed me by at one point or another, and frankly I haven't made much of an effort to get to know them. They work for me or they don't, and that's about as much as I care. I'm afraid I'm rather devoted to my work." Alright, another question. "Okay, who are you?" "My name is Bedai Lin. I'm a magical engineer. Not a mage, mind you, but a theoretician. And I'm going to make sure the Godsmen don't get a chance to use their weapon or contract for other such weapons of war again." "Okay. Nothing, forget it." Dum de dum de dum.
All right.
Dum de dum.
All right. All right. I'm gone. Done. All right.
Okay.
Put your back into it, man.
So who have I got to speak to?
All right. I'm gone.
Okay. Let's have a look at a journal. What have we got? Proof to Kara says that she's Graver's daughter. Okay. Cool key. Keldor of Durian. I've got to deliver the message. Okay. Complete the Guild Baldur. Join the Godsman. Forge an item. Fetch a vial of skin and blood. Okay. Deliver a message.
If you keep bobbing about, Skull, I'm gonna mount you in the end of a pike.
If you had questions about the forge, I will answer all I can. Actually, just answer some other questions for me. Who are you? Keldor or Durian? Okay, I have some more questions. Nothing, thanks. Okay, so I'm going to have to do this. So, who's it? Forge an item. I'm forging an item for my first test. Well, we've done that. Do that again.
I'm gone.
Fell down. Answer some questions for me. I'd like to use the forge. Can you give me some more? Thanks, very well.
Done.
Put your back into it, man.
I'm gone. All right.
Let's declare that we need to speak to you. See a short woman with slight horns and her forehead and the ears that curve sharply back from her skull. She smells faintly of sulphur. Even over the reek of the foundry fires. Greetings, what can I do for you? Okay, who are you? I'm an initiated supervisor of this area being the main foundry area of the Great Foundry, where much of our current public work takes place. The foundry is larger than this, of course, but we've had a large contract that we're working on, and we've been sworn to secrecy. So most of the work area is off limits, my apologies. I understand, I had some other questions. What's going on here? We've taken a huge and very secret contract, one that will be taking up practically all of our resources to maintain a smaller operation for the day-to-day items for our other orders. But right now the foundry is devoted to fulfilling our contract. Don't bother asking me about it because I won't tell you. Seem very thorough about this. Farewell, I had other questions. What exactly do the Godsmen stand for? This is both a communal and individual faction, but there are variations in the theme depending on whom one speaks. But the basic gist is that life, nay, all existence itself, is a test of sorts. All things that arise test us, and now we react determines how we move closer to the true understanding of everything. We seek the truth behind the multiverse, and it's apparent to us that ours is the right way. Okay. How do I join? Go speak to Keldor Durian in the meeting hall through the door on the right wall. Thanks, I have some other questions. Where do I get those items to work the forge? You can't find them lying about somewhere, and you'll have to buy them from the clerk, for a nominal price, of course. I see, thank you, farewell.
I'm gone.
Use the forge. Would you like to work the forge? Second door. What would you like? Let's make a battle axe. Battle axe. An axe will take a while. You're going to be damn uncomfortable for a while, but at least you're not burning to death. Are you sure you want an axe? Yes. The little decoration this axe could fit in the hands of the finest warriors. It's that good. I always knew I had it in me. Now to show Calder, I'll maybe try this weapon out. Battle axe of quality, okay. Right, fine. Don't want you.
All right.
Baldur.
Done.
See what the hammer's like.
Done.
Here we go. Filled them. This is a question for me. You need to use a forge. Good farewell. Use a forge. Yes. Number 4. What would you like? Let's have a two-handed hammer. Hammer, fast piece of work, normal you get out of this sweatbox. Are you sure you want a hammer? Yes. Now that's a nice sledgehammer, well shaped, well balanced and perfectly suited to your hands. Good, I'll just show you together maybe this hammer to crack some heads. A quality sledgehammer. Okay. How are we doing?
All right.
Show this to Fergus.
Done. Done.
Okay, show him the item you forged. I have finished forging my creation. He takes it from you and examines it carefully. That is, without a doubt, one of the better pieces I've seen a recruit forge. You'll go far, my friend. Are you ready for the next test? I certainly hope so. I suppose I am. Continues grimly. A murderer has struck in the foundry, and I am forsaking the usual test in order for you to track this killer down. Go speak to my supervisor, at least Ted, in the main foundry, and proceed from there. When you have completed your investigation and are ready to name a culprit, come back to me. Okay.
Updated my journal.
I will be back.
I'm gone.
Okay. Okay. Right, everyone, you've seen enough. Get back to work.
Done. Done.
Okay. Gonna leave it here.
Done.
Game cannot be saved at this time. Why can't it be saved? Under Kelder's... You again, what do you want now? My apologies for my impatience, but we're on a schedule here. Under Kelder's authority, I am investigating the murder that occurred here. What can you tell me about it? You want to know what I saw the night of the murder? Well, I was working late when I heard the sounds of a scuffle. When I came out, I saw a shadowy figure slip out the door into the meeting hall and raised the alarm. Do you have any other details? There are only 3 people who had access to the building at night. They are Filden, Saros and Bedailu. The three of them have dramatically different builds, but in the haze of the foundry I couldn't see clearly. How do I know you didn't do it? So there's only three subjects. Seems too pat. I have an alibi, not to mention that Keldor already ascertained the truth from me. Well, I have nothing to hide. Apparently Field themselves and Baldur do, or they wouldn't go up because they wouldn't go under Keldor's spell. Okay, where can I find Field? Usually in between the main foundry here and the experimental chamber at the back. Where can I find Zaros? He remains in the main unit. You should be able to miss him. Where can I find Badai Lin? If you found him in any of the foundry areas, she's one of our chief engineers, so she has to run the place. You'll know her when you see her. I'd better. Farewell.
I'm gone.
Hey.
All right.
Why are you not letting me save?
All right.
There's Fielding. We'll talk to Fielding first. Shame about that poor Smith Avedon. Really were. Still, we weren't the one to keep him. We weren't one to give himself to the grindstone. We weren't dedicated. Tis the way of the planes to turn. Mark my words. Every basher gets his due. Oh well. What can old Fielding for you? I'd like to ask you some questions. What were you doing the night of the murder? What was I doing? Why? I was sitting in my room with a nice loaf of bread and a jug of water, staying in. Didn't go out that night. Didn't see no need. I see. Do you know anyone who can swear otherwise? No, never saw no need of it. One place you might ask if you're really looking for leads is Saros. That little thieving knight goes everywhere. What would his father be in such a height up here? He always was into new experiences. Boy is practically a sensei, if you ask me. Probably wanted to kill someone to see if he could get away with it. Saros, sir. I'll go check on that. Farewell.
Need to get some water on that right away. Got some water. Get back into it, man.
Sarosa. Where's Saros? There's Saros, we missed you before. That poor Smith, I can't believe what happened to him. Do you have any idea what might have happened, or have some leads? Who told you? The supervisor. She's right. I come in here at night sometimes when there's no one around. He looks conspirative for a moment, lowers his head towards you. I saw Fielden creeping out of here. The main reason I know it was him was because he dropped something. Hand you and all, with the name Fielden etched onto a wooden handle. Thanks, I'll be back to talk to you again.
Updated my journal.
Okay. See, No, not yet. I have some more questions for you. Tell me about yourself. I'm scared. I'm afraid you're going to choose me as a killer and I ain't. We'll see about that. Answer some questions for me.
I'm gone.
Tell me about the Great Foundry. I grew up here. I played the main foundry where I ran through the barracks. It stinks and it's loud and people can be like Fielden, but it's still home for me. I see. Answer some more questions. Tell me about the people here. They're smiths and workers. I think they mean well, but they're all so honest and buoyant. They need to liven themselves up a bit, like, say, the sensates. You like the sensates, huh? They know how to live life. They know what it's about. Not like these people. They keep pretending there's some big noble purpose to it all, but I don't see it. My sister says that life is more than our senses show, but I don't know how she knows that, since all she knows is through her senses. I don't get why people make this stuff up. Who's your sister? Sarosa. She can just look at someone and see what needs adding and what needs taken away. I don't know how she does it. My father always said she was something about her ascending to another level. He said she was a born godsman. Thanks, farewell. Okay. So,
Done.
now that he's going to let us save, I'm going to save here and we'll cover this murder hunt in the next episode. So, this has been Vane doing Let's Play Planescape Torment. If you like what you're seeing here, be sure to like, subscribe, share and comment. Please consider sponsoring me on Patreon. And until next time, goodbye.